Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by Galadon Gaming for Pokevlog number 2. Yes, we are on our way to Central Park in New York City, taking the subway uptown. And I have to tell you, it is a mecca of Pokestops. Look at it. It is unbelievable how thick Manhattan is. It's got to be the center of the Pokemon universe, if not very near to it. The number of Pokemon, the number of stops out here, and of course the sheer number of people playing is just crazy. 8 million people in New York City and probably just about every one of them playing. It's been so crazy, such an amazing experience. And I gotta tell you, here I am, I'm not even to Central Park yet. Voltorb pops up in front of the Tiffany building, and so we're trying to grab him out of traffic and get him out of the way. Voltorb, definitely one that I don't see that often, so I was pretty excited to see him here. Trying to grab him with the raspberry, trying to use maybe a special ball here in a second, but we'll try to just grab him out of the street if we can. Having a little bit of difficulty, but remember, this is post-update. And that last update, you'll see that even Niantic came out with a tweet recently right here, and it said that... No. This just into the Gala newsroom. You know what? I got this one on my own. Thank you, though. Appreciate it, but we are going to handle this ourselves.
Who is that guy anyway?
Not that big of a deal. They tweeted out that obviously there's a new bug affecting throw accuracy, increasing the odds of escape, and sometimes people are not getting the experience bonus that they should be for special throws. Check out nearby. It is a list of rare Pokemon, and this is where I'm headed right here. Here is Central Park, and this right here is known as Grand Army Plaza. It's the southeast corner, and there it is on the Pokemon Go map, the southeast corner of Central Park, and it's crazy. It is so thick with people with Pokestops, and it's kind of the central meeting spot for people who want to go on Poke Tours, or they just want to hang out right there and they don't want to walk all over the park. It is a great spot to meet, catch Pokemon, and meet other Pokemon players as well. Personally, for me, I was all about getting around in the park today. Not doing the whole park because, mind you, it is pretty huge and there is a lot to see. I would definitely recommend either bringing your running clothes or a skateboard or a bike. We will try a bike a little bit later on, but today I just preferred to focus mostly on walking around, exploring it, just taking my time. I was by myself today for a change, didn't have any Poke partners or the Gala wife with me, but there we are picking up an egg, and we're definitely going to want eggs because we are going to walk a bunch of them open today. Another Voltorb right away, and there you can see with the AR turned on, Grand Army Plaza, there's the fountain right in front of us. So we're just basically crawling up to Central Park right now, just about to get started with our day in Central Park. Going across the street here, and again, dealing with these guys breaking out left and right. It's been frustrating, let me tell you, not been a lot of fun watching these guys break out, but then again, I can't blame it all on the game. I do most of my Pokemon catching, my Mon grabbing on the run, really not stopping, and I would prefer to just one-handed flick it, move on, and that time we grabbed Voltorb, and we're officially entering the southeast corner of Central Park. So you can see the block I'm in right here. This is where the fountain is. Unfortunately, they don't see the fountain in the actual topography map there. But as we walk forward, we will get the statue in view in just a second. And that is really Grand Army Plaza. And again, look at all the lures. Every single Pokestop in the area is lured. And it's simply crazy. It is so thick. Now I've got my egg and I have my incense active, of course. We are going to do our best to catch everything we can in the area. It immediately stuffed up, just pops up right in front of me. We got Poliwag, we got Execute, and we will turn on the AR so you can get a look at where we are. Here we go. So there is across the street, that is where the horses, a lot of the carriages hang out for tourists to take their rides through the park. That might be a way to grab some kilometers on your walking distance and get a tour of the park, although it is kind of expensive. Don't overpay for that. Those guys often really stick it to tourists if you don't know what you're expecting. So we picked up Poliwag, and now we are going to venture up the next block here and officially right up by the statue. And as long as we're there, let's go ahead and try to pick up this Execute. And again, with the AR on, it's made for some interesting, well, backgrounds. So we'll get to that in just a moment. As we move up here, we've got a couple of Pokestops that are within range, and I'm not sure why it's saying I'm walking in circles. I'm not really walking in circles right now, but you guys know that the the GPS is sometimes a little bit tricky. So here we go. We walked up, and I just thought this was kind of cool. The horse eating the eggs, or seeds, or whatever they are, and Execute trying to grab him here. And there's a great. So again, the issues with it activating, giving you credit for the good throws, the skill throws, and breaking out way too much. I'm hoping that they can resolve this soon. Now, this was a pretty high CP Execute. This is 800, one of the higher ones that I've seen. But nonetheless, you would think with the skill throw, with the raspberries, with the horse in the background, that I would have some advantage. I mean, the color matching there? No, okay, so maybe not. We'll try again and again and again, and eventually, well, things just aren't going to work out. But I thought it was kind of a cool opportunity to have the horses in the background there. And yeah, okay, so one more try. Trying to grab Execute, and got the horse, got the Pokeball, and it's just not happening. So one more time it breaks out, and these guys, I'm telling you, they're not behaving right now. I'm really hoping that things change up immediately. So here we are, and sure enough, this is going to happen to me a lot today. I won't bore you with all of the egg hatchings because it was just crazy. I had so many. I must have easily walked 10K today and gotten all of the eggs hatched and gotten a lot more eggs hatched, and unfortunately it's mostly stuff like that. Nothing too exciting, but what is exciting is just the scenery around here. The General Sherman sculpture, there it is, and we're going to check out the other Pokestop, the Central Park lighting. A lot of amazing architecture, the park, the zoo, the paths, everything is just awesome. And the people, it's simply crazy around here. And the spawns, let me tell you, all over the place, right in the middle of the street. Look at the size of this Rhydon. He is as big as a car. That guy is awfully big. We're going to go ahead and go with the raspberry. And maybe, no, we'll just use the regular. No, we're going to go ahead and use an Ultra Ball after all and try to grab this Rhydon with a curveball. And okay, my curveballs, man, I still need some work with the curve. No, get out of the way. Look out, lady. Oh my gosh. 1600 CP in the wild. That's probably the highest CP mon I've ever tried to catch. And I know it's painful for you guys to watch this, me throwing away ultra after ultra with bad curveballs, but eventually I will land one right on his face. And again, things just not that easy right now. We did grab this guy though, and that was pretty cool. The 1613 CP Rhydon, there we go. And unfortunately I already had one, so it wasn't that exciting, but you saw Shelter, and you see there's more rats, of course. Rats and worms all over the place, but there was a whole lot of other exciting stuff in the park today. And as we made our way up, you can see there's a Psyduck off to the side. It was just a huge, it was like a zoo, literally. We're right by the Central Park Zoo, and that's what it was like, of all kinds. And there it is, you saw it right there, Electabuzz. Now apparently, Central Park has basically become an Electabuzz nest, and that was the one relatively rare, sort of rare Pokemon that I had never picked up was Electabuzz. So one of the main reasons I wanted to head to Central Park today was specifically to grab myself one, and then Onix and Shelter right here in front of me. We've had Onix before, but he's always just so impressive and super cool when you see him pop up like this. So we've got Onix and we've got Shelter, and I tried to grab the Onix. Instead, I got Shelter, and we're going to try again for Onix here. And this time, there he is, right in the middle of the grass, that giant Onix, and he does look awfully big even right there. So we eventually grabbed Onix and moved on, found ourselves an Electabuzz. A bit more exciting than an Onix would be the first time we've ever had an opportunity to catch Electabuzz. And you know that big XP bonus, always exciting. So we are going to make sure we get him here with the Raspberry, with the Ultra Ball, trying to get a Curveball to work here. Okay, my Curveballs still are really, really bad. I'm sorry. Okay, things changed, I think, in the update, because I used to be really good at the Curveballs, and now I'm just not quite as good anymore. You can see the ball kind of hung up there as well. And of course he broke free. Of course he's going to make me try this 2 or 3 times or more. Okay. So the curveball, it's got to go further off to the right, finger over the camera, not helping out. Eventually, we will try to get this working. There we go, and we got a great, we've got the skill shot going right there, so this has got to do it. I mean, come on. Ultra Ball, skill shot, great. Curveball, no. All right, so again, he breaks free, and again, we're going to go back to the cycle. We're going to drop the Raspberry. We're going to try to wait for him very carefully, make sure we've got the Ultra Ball up, throw the curve that didn't curve that time, and then throw the curveball that curved too much. All right, so I'm sorry. No, you saw that for yourself. Now, one of the things that was going on today was, I will tell you, I was having some lag issues, and I'm not sure if it was the sheer number of people in the area or what, or the number of apps I'm running in the background, but I'm blaming this on lag, okay? Now, okay, see, like 50% of these balls don't even curve, and then the other half, they do curve too much. That one finally landed, and we've got one in there, and maybe once... All right, so this has gone on way too long at this point. Electabuzz, he looks great out in the grass, but he would look better in my deck. All right, so this is tedious. I'm sorry, I apologize. We should just cut this out because this is ridiculous how long this is going on for. I can't seem to get the curveball out. Where did that one even go? Okay, so we're going back to the Raspberry, and then we're going back to the Ultra Ball. Come on, maybe it's because it knows it's my very first Electabuzz. I'm not sure what the deal is here. Eventually, he is going to stay inside the ball. There it is. We've got Electabuzz, finally, an extra 1,000 experience. And what do you know? You gave me credit for the curveball after all of that. Filling in yet another blank. There it is, my very first Electabuzz. And I have to tell you, as excited as I was to grab my very first one, well, they showed up all over the place the rest of the day. Check out that nearby map. I mean, there's some cool stuff in the area, including a Gloom. Electabuzz, turns out it was like a giant nest. I mean, everywhere you went, he was on my nearby pretty much the entire day. There were very few instances where I was out in Central Park and there was not an Electabuzz on my nearby map. In fact, I caught so many and saw so many Electabuzzes that it got to the point that I just passed them. I let them go by because there were other things out there that I wanted to grab, and obviously you can't yet evolve an Electabuzz, so I'm not going to focus on grabbing a bunch of Electabuzz candy. And so eventually I got a little bit tired of walking and decided to try to pick up a bike. And there are a lot of city bikes in the area, so we grabbed a city bike, these rental bikes, and it's a lot of fun. It's cool. It's easy to grab one and go. The only problem with these bad boys is you have to check one in back at another city bike location every 30 minutes. So it's not the ideal way. If you want to get around on a bike in Central Park, this is not an advertisement or an endorsement for City Bike. In fact, if you want to spend a day in Central Park, I would definitely suggest not using a City Bike. Go to one of the bike rental places south of Central Park and rent a bike for 4 hours or a half day or a full day, because this way you don't have to deal with trying to find a dock every 30 minutes. You have to dock your bike for 2 minutes and then you get to pull it out again and go off for another 30 minutes. There are a lot of City Bike stops in and around Central Park, not in Central Park, but around. I used the app right here and found a nearby one over on the west side of the park off of West 72nd Street and eventually dropped the City Bike off right there, and that was enough. I just had it one stretch through Central Park, straight line, and then I just dropped it off and went the rest of the day walking on my way. Had a great conversation with some of the guys that worked there, and eventually walked down towards the south end of the park. And this was one of my favorite catches of the day. This Oddish, he looked like he belonged right here. I almost felt bad for grabbing him out of the brush. It seemed like it was his natural habitat right there. Oddish perfectly blending in with his surroundings, but I need to work on my Gloom. I definitely want to get a Vileplume one of these days, so I need more Oddish candy. So thank you again, Oddish, for that. And as you can see, we're headed towards this area right here. It looks like a Pokeball. I mean, is that not? Okay, not really, but sort of, kind of, right? Looks like a Pokeball. Anyway, that's Columbus Circle, you guys. That is the southwest corner of Central Park, and that is where I wrapped up the day. A beautiful area to catch a few Eevees in the fountain right here that I don't know if they were bathing or what, but always love to catch a random Eevee right here. So that was cool. Had a great day. Amazing, let me tell you, Central Park. And this was just the south end. I will continue to explore the rest of Central Park in a future episode and, of course, cover all 5 boroughs of New York City, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching, for sticking around all the way to the end of this episode as we avert disaster. That is right, a Voltorb in its natural habitat right on the 3rd rail of the subway tracks, as you can see, trying to catch the train can be a dangerous spot right there. An electric Pokemon right on the third rail. But we grabbed Voltorb, we avoided any sort of subway delays, and we were on our way back home. Thank you guys again. Have a fantastic day. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like if you liked the video, and I will see you guys again very soon with more Pokemon hunting and full attacks. See ya!